Hey world. Hey, I got inspired today. We're getting close to tax time. This is April 2nd, 2010. And, I'm self-employed and I have to file my taxes every year and, uh, and go to a bookkeeper, pay the bookkeeper, and then end up writing a check to the Internal Revenue Service, United States Treasury. Um, and it's a very unpleasant ordeal, as I'm sure that most, if not all of you, would agree with. That it's a very intimidating and harassing form of collection of taxes, and and I see myself as a tax protester, as I'm sure that many of you do as well. And I just think that there's a far less painful way to collect taxes from people. Um, my attitude about it is that if you're poor, if you're making less than 50,000 a year these days, it seems like you're pretty much poor. It depends on the region you live in America, but I know on the West Coast in California, particularly near the ocean, the cost of living is exceedingly high, and 50,000 a year would definitely qualify you as poor. So. With that said, I don't think anybody making less than that should be paying any taxes. Instead, perhaps they should be sent checks. I mean, after all, if you're born in America, you're a Native American, and you have a right, you're entitled by divine right to a portion of your land. You're born and you inherited by birthright, a very wealthy nation. And beyond that, you could say you inherited a part of the planet. As an earthling, that by divine right, you have a right to some of the oil that's being drilled on your planet, some of the gold that's being mined, silver, on and on with the gems, some of the agricultural land that's being farmed, some of the fish in the ocean, and I could go on and on. Lumber being cut down every day. Why aren't you entitled to a portion of that? Why aren't you born with shares, stocks? These are questions I think we need to contemplate and wonder. Why are things the way they are? And, they're this way because we're being intimidated by the rulers at the very top of the economic food chain. And a lot of them are ruthless. I mean, these people, some of them, I can't name any names, I don't know specifically, but I know that their tactics are murderous. I mean, these people will hire assassins, and this is what they're willing to do to rule. And I don't think it gets any more evil than that. To pay somebody to kill somebody they don't even know, just because they're opposed to an intimidating authority at the very top of the economic food chain. They have a very elitist mentality, and really they don't care about the masses. Once they economically rape you, they get you in debt. To them, you're collateral, and they can do with you what they will. They rationalize this as proper behavior somehow, which is completely irrational to most normal thinking people. But this is the way this world's being run until the second coming of Jesus. As far out as that sounds, that's what it's going to take to straighten this out. In the meantime, we've all got to join together in the name of good, and all that is good. And we've got to say, hey, we're the boss. We the people. We're the ones that made America wealthy, common, often uneducated labor, working in factories, building things we could sell to other nations, trade. This is what makes America wealthy. The people out there building the infrastructures, the people out there growing and picking our food. I mean, what jobs could be more important than this? The people pounding nails and building homes. There are no more important jobs. The people bringing clean water to your home. What could be more important than these jobs? There are none. I tell you, in the mid-'60s, you could buy a house anywhere in California on a minimum wage job, about $1.50 an hour in the mid-1960s. One person in the household could work and pay all the bills. And it could have gotten better from that point. It could have gotten easier. We could have had a reduction in the work week as technology and mechanization, automation increased. Things could have got better and better for the poor. We all could have had prosperity and security right across the board, everybody. Instead, look at the direction we've gone. Well, this should be a time of celebration for labor, for a job well done. That's why you walk into a market and you've got plenty of food on the shelves. Why you go to the car dealership, there's plenty of cars. Why you look in the paper and there's plenty of housing. This is because of common, often uneducated labor. And look what's happened now. People living in insecurity, economic insecurity, which is nothing but a form of fear. I mean, do we like that? Do we like our brothers and sisters out there walking around and, like they're sucking lemons? It's terrible. I mean, it's not funny. They're dying out on the streets. Homelessness creates death. It's wrong. It's immoral that we have this abundance and we're allowing our citizens to live like this. It's wrong. Yes, give the money away. Write them checks. Write the poor checks. End poverty. Where's a war on poverty? Things have really gotten rotten around here. And I for one am not going to just take it and be quiet. I'm going to exercise my First Amendment rights to free speech, and I suggest we all do. We've got to speak the truth, and we've got to say, you know what, we're fed up. We're going to take back our government, because we the people in America are the government. We don't have a Caesar to pay taxes to. The government in America is you and I. It's common, ordinary people that aren't lazy. We're poor, but we're not the cause of the economic problems in this country or anywhere on this planet. And we're going to speak out against it.